I'm going to talk in this bonus session regarding top performers and price. I want you to stop and ask yourself this question. A top performer becomes a top performer not only because they close more deals, but they also do a much better job of getting better price. Now, why is that? There are four key things that drive price top performers get. And if we understand these four things, you yourself are going to be able to unlock a higher price. Let's get into them right now. First of all, it's their attitude and their confidence. You see, something very interesting. Top performers don't wallow in competition, don't wallow in the competitive price that, oh, they're beating us on this price or whatever. No, they are focused about what they can handle. They are focused about creating a difference. You see, they have a different attitude and they have a different level of confidence. You see, they may have competitors out there that are equal to them in price or even lower than them in price, but they know because of their confidence that they can deliver a level of expertise and help the customer in ways that their competitor can't. You see, they don't focus on their competitor. They focus on what they themselves can do. This is very, very key. And I really want you to dig in and take a look at your own attitude, because if you ask yourself, well, I just can't get the price. No. What it comes down to is number two on the list, and it's knowing the outcome they create and who benefits from it. Now, this is key because top performers don't try to close people who can't buy. They focus on decision makers. They focus on people who are in their ICP, their ideal customer profile, because we went through that in both part 1 and part 2 of the top performer session. Everything they do is zeroed in and locked on that. You see, here's the whole thing. Top performers keep things absolutely tight. And this allows them to focus more time on fewer people. You see, what this does is if you are trying to prospect too many people at one time, you can't give them enough attention. So you never really quite understand what is the outcome that you're creating. You never really quite understand the value that you're creating for them. And as a result, you stumble to the close because you don't know why they're really buying, and you've been able to get them to articulate that to enough degree, which takes me to number 3. See, it's their ability to create value with the customer. And this all starts with listening. And listening starts because they ask better questions. Now, they do this because they're incredibly curious. And their curiosity just has them continually asking more questions regarding what they already share with you. See, here's the whole thing. Average people tend to work off a script. The top performers are really comfortable kind of allowing the customer to drive the conversation. Initially drive the conversation. But what does this do? It gets them talking, gets them understanding. It gets them really, really understanding and learn. They can begin to use this as they come back to begin to close the sale. See, here's the whole thing. If I've gone down this road, if I've gone down this road before, I kind of know where the curves are in the road. You see, that this is this whole thing of knowing the outcome. You know, you've driven this road 1,000 times, so you know this road very well. And because you know this road very well, you really are very confident and have a good attitude towards how you drive the road. You see what this is? I mean, 1, 2, and 3 all play into each other, which then takes us to number 4, which is they simply close better. You see, top performers close better because they prospect better. I was just on a call this morning talking to one of my sales peers, and we were discussing this. The number of salespeople who think because they can't close, they have a closing problem. No, you have an opening problem. And see, top performers understand this. And again, this comes back to why their attitude and confidence is so much higher, why they know the outcomes they can help customers create, and they only focus on those who can benefit from it, and their ability to create value with the customer. Now, what does this mean? This means they close better. See, they close better because they're confident. See, wonderful example I'll share. is I was doing a negotiating program, a negotiations program. This goes back probably about 10 years ago now. And this is our sales team, and one of the people who wanted to attend was the vice president of procurement for a major company. I was doing the program for the sales team, this company, and the VP of procurement wanted to sit in on it. He came up at break, and he said, "I love this. In fact, I want you to do the same course for my people to help them negotiate." But he shared with me something very interesting. He said, one of the challenges salespeople have is they can't deliver price confidently. He says, in fact, I tell all of my buyers, he had, I don't know, 7 or 8 buyers, because they buy thousands of items. They were a manufacturing company. He said, if my buyers, when they're sitting across the desk or online with a salesperson, if that salesperson can't deliver the price with absolute confidence, and absolute confidence means solid body language, strong tone of voice, and eye contact, they know there's a discount to be had, because what it tells them is that the salesperson doesn't believe in the offer. Now think about this. If this is known by purchasing people, a few purchasing, don't you think it's known by a lot? Yes. Average salespeople send signals that there's a discount to be had here. They are willing to give. And this is where I come back to that more discounts are given based off the beliefs of the salesperson than are given based off the demands of the customer. That's huge. And again, this is what top salespeople don't do. They don't get caught up in that, because they've been able to create value. And see, how they create value and price is they never present a price without stating the value. If all I do is give price, I'm giving a naked price. I don't have anything to benchmark it to. Don't think you know for a second that the customer knows what they're buying. No, you have to state the value. Now, it's not what you sell, it's the value. Based on what you've been telling me and the issues that you've got in your organization and the challenges, this is the best solution. See, what I've done is I present the value, and then I present the price. And I know, because, again, the top performer does this, they feel you out in terms of price beforehand. And one of the questions that top performers love to ask early on is, how have you made decisions like this in the past? Because they're listening for signals regarding price. They're listening for signals regarding other people. They're listening for signals, because they may very well go into this situation at the end where they're going in and they are actually making multiple offers. They're creating a multi-tiered offer. They present one offer that's a very high, has tremendous amount of stuff in it. And it's expensive. And they let the customer gasp and gag all over it. And then they present what they really believe is probably the offer that they should probably go with. What does this do? It creates contrast. And because of that, the customer winds up picking this initial, this middle offer that was actually the offer they should have taken all along. But see, here's the whole deal. If it had not been contrasted with a higher priced offer, the customer would have asked for a discount. You see this. If you go to a restaurant, look at the wine list. Look at the wine list. They're going to have all kinds of different price points, and they're going to have some very expensive bottles. They know they're rarely ever going to sell the expensive bottles, but it provides contrast. This is absolutely key. Don't think for a moment that a top performer goes in and just closes the deal. No, but they've done all their homework. So what I've done here is I've gone through and I've shared with you 4 things. 1, it's their attitude and their confidence. They absolutely believe in the solution they can provide. They absolutely believe in their ability to help someone. See, what's the definition of sales? Helping others see and achieve what they didn't think was possible. They know this because they've really taken the time to understand the outcome. They've really taken that, and they're only focusing on people who they know are going to benefit from it. They don't try to, they don't have a sales pipeline. Well, they have a sales pipeline. They don't have a sales ocean where they're trying to close anybody, everybody. And all this allows them to do is they can really create value with the customer, because it gets the customer talking and the customer shares with them what their issues are. The top performer also knows that a customer is more likely to buy to solve a pain than they are to create a gain. Customers are more likely to buy to solve a pain than to create a gain. So think about that for a moment. Okay, I just wanted to share these with you in this kind of this bonus piece for you. So, hey, thank you so much for taking part. If you haven't checked out other courses in the Sales Center University, I don't know, Access member, get the All Access Pass because it's the best way to do it. It's the best way to learn. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter.